Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon Ron-Dezvous, our place on YouTube to meet and talk about and drink bourbon. Tonight's bourbon is brought to us by one of my Patrons. Came by and gave me a bottle. Actually, it was a local person, so thank you very much. We're going to be reviewing Uncle Nearest 1884. This has got a lot of great story behind it. For one thing, the name Uncle Nearest, a lot of people don't know where that came from. Uncle Nearest was actually Nathan Green. He was a slave and he was a master distiller. And when he was freed after the Emancipation Proclamation, he went to work for Jack Daniels distilling whiskey because he was the one that knew the Lincoln, what came to be known as the Lincoln County process for filtering whiskey through sugar maple charcoal, and it gave it a unique flavor. It's also another reason why your Tennessee whiskeys a lot of times don't want to be known as bourbon, because it is filtered and it is done a little bit differently than your traditional bourbons. So this actually says it's a small batch whiskey. So that's the story of Uncle Nearest. But what's really interesting on this particular bottle is the master distiller, V. Eddie Butler. He has a signature on this bottle, and he says, "Not a single drop of whiskey made it into this bottle without me first tasting and approving it. I'm confident you will love it too." So the master distiller tasted it to make sure that you're going to love it as well. So we're going to taste this tonight. We're going to see how this goes. Set that to the side. So color is, it's a little bit light for what I would expect. I believe this is aged at least 7 years as the age statement on it. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up the brown sugar notes on there. What I'm actually thinking right now is, when you put butter in like an iron skillet, right, and you start to brown that butter up to put your eggs in there or whatever you're going to cook on top of that, and you get that smell of that butter. That's maybe like a pre-toffee type smell. It smells wonderful. Let's take a sip. That has a really, really good flavor. I wasn't sure I was going to like this one, just based on the fact that it is not very dark, even though it looks to be, it's said to be 7 years in the age statement. Not particularly hot. This is a 93 proof, so the flavors I'm getting on that are definitely getting that butter, that toffee, that maple. It is, this particular whiskey right here would probably be fantastic in an old fashioned. I'm picking those up if you like to mix cocktails. It's not bad for sipping, but I think that it would be fantastic in a cocktail like a Manhattan or an old fashioned. It is absolutely, and the second sip's even better. This is a great bottle to have. It's not a super expensive bottle. I think it was about $50. And the Uncle Nearest story, like when you pull this out, if you know the Uncle Nearest story and that he was a freedman slave, and that he was known throughout the whole area where the Jack Daniels distillery was founded to be this master distiller. It's a fantastic story. It's a great whiskey, and yeah, I'd recommend this bottle. Pretty darn tasty whiskey. So again, I'll see you on the next one, and keep drinking fine bourbon and whiskey.
My name's Mike the Cat, and I approve this message.